branches, and even it will be giving the nutrient branches to the femur also. So as I explained, the deep artery of the thigh or profunda femoris artery is the main artery of the thigh supplying the posterior compartment, because you have a very big muscles in the posterior compartment muscles. Okay. So some of the branches from the profunda femoris artery, that is the circumflex. Just like the humeral circumflex from the axillary, you have medial lateral circumflex femoral arteries from the deep artery of the fundus. So now this femoral artery, after running through the adductor canal, it goes posteriorly. It goes posteriorly and then continues as popliteal artery behind the knee. Popliteal artery behind the knee. So there are branches from popliteal artery. Yes. Lateral branches as well as medial branches. Some superior, some inferior. Okay. Medial superior, medial inferior. Lateral superior, lateral inferior branches of the popliteal. Okay, and even branches from the tibial. All they mix, then make anastomosis around the knee joint. Okay. So what is popliteal artery? It is the continuation of the femoral artery down, okay, behind the knee. So this popliteal artery, after running for a short distance behind the knee, divides into two branches. One is the anterior tibial and one is the posterior tibial. Anterior tibial supplying mainly the anterior compartment and lateral compartment. Posterior tibial supplying the posterior compartment of the leg. So leg having three compartments, right? Anterior and then peroneal or lateral and then posterior. So posterior compartment is supplied by posterior tibial artery. Anterior compartment by anterior tibial. Sorry. So I was talking to you about the branches of the popliteal artery which are taking part in the anastomosis around the knee joint. They are medial superior genicular, means the knee is also called as genu because of bend. Okay, so that's why they are called as genicular arteries. Medial superior, medial inferior, medial lateral superior and lateral inferior. Yeah, the popliteal artery. So, medial superior, medial inferior, lateral superior, lateral inferior, and even middle also. Okay, they are genicular branches from the popliteal which help in making anastomosis around the knee joint. So now this popliteal artery you can see here divided into two, anterior tibial and then posterior tibial. Anterior which goes anterior compartment. Okay? Yeah. Anterior tibial artery and posterior tibial artery, which is giving off the peroneal artery, which supplies the posterior compartment. So this is anastomosis around the knee joint. That's what I was talking to you. So medial and lateral superior, medial and lateral inferior, and even some middle. So anterior tibial artery
supply
anterior compartment, and after supplying the anterior compartment, it runs over the dorsum of the foot. If you consider this as foot, it runs over the dorsum of the foot as dorsalis pedis artery. What is that? Dorsalis pedis artery. Dorsalis pedis artery. Okay. So this dorsalis pedis artery is again superficial. The pulsation of which can be felt over the navicular bone, tubercle of the navicle. Okay. That's again one more important artery, peripheral artery, which is used for pulsation in peripheral artery diseases. Dorsalis pedis artery. Okay. So what is dorsalis pedis artery? It is the continuation of anterior tibial artery. Okay. So as I explained, it supplies all the structures in the anterior compartment of the leg and perforating branches even to the lateral compartment. Clear? So now posterior tibial artery, after supplying the posterior compartment, it runs behind the medial malleolus, the pulsation of which again can be felt. Okay, and then goes to the plantar side. Anterior tibial dorsal side.
Yes.
Posterior tibial, plantar side. It goes behind the medial malleolus, goes to the plantar and divides into medial and lateral plantar arteries. Medial and lateral plantar arteries, which again they make similar to your palmar arches, they make plantar arches there. Okay. So as I explained, it runs behind and inferior to the medial malleolus, where it's the pulsation of which can be felt. Okay, and then divides into medial and lateral plantar arteries. So this is about the dorsalis pedis artery. Same continuation of the anterior tibial. Okay. So it gives medial tarsal, lateral tarsal, which takes part around the anastomosis around the ankle joint. So now coming to a very important part, that is the veins of the lower limb. So you must remember here 3 sets of veins, okay, which are very important. So one you have the superficial veins, and then you have the deep veins. And there are some veins which connect the superficial and deep veins. They are called as perforating veins. What they are called as? Perforating veins. Perforating veins. So they allow the blood flow from superficial to deep. And these perforating veins are also valved. Superficial veins are also valved. You know the valves are, the veins contain valves, which will allow only one side flow of blood.
One direction.
One direction or one way of the flow of the blood. So the valves are there in these superficial veins, which will prevent the backflow of the blood. And these superficial veins are connected by deep veins through the perforating veins, which allow the blood flow only from superficial to deep.
Okay, not always.
Because the pressure in the superficial veins is less compared to pressure in the deep veins. Why? The deep veins are surrounded by arteries. The deep veins are surrounded by muscles. When the muscles contract, there is chance of blood from deep veins moving to the superficial veins. That is prevented by these valves. If there is any problem with the valves in the perforating veins, then the veins become engorged. The veins become big, tortuous, giving rise to a condition called as varicosity. Varicosity may be due to deep vein thrombosis. Causes I am telling, few of the causes. Okay. Second, defect in the valves. Valves in the perforating veins and valves in the superficial veins.
Okay.
All these conditions may cause varicose veins. Varicose veins. Okay. So when the deep vein thrombosis is there, then blood from deep veins will not be moving up. So it builds up the pressure. So then valves are damaged in the perforating veins. So blood moves from deep veins to superficial veins. So that more blood in the superficial veins, they become tortuous. They become big, varicose. Okay. So you have superficial veins, you have deep veins and perforating veins. So deep veins, no problem. Anterior tibial artery, anterior tibial vein. Posterior tibial artery, posterior tibial vein. Popliteal artery, popliteal vein. Femoral artery, femoral vein. Clear? The superficial veins, similar to your 2 veins on the upper limb, here you also have 2 veins. What are they? Here they are called as saphenous veins. You have great saphenous vein and then lesser or small saphenous vein. Am I clear? Lesser or small saphenous veins, greater or larger saphenous vein. Okay? You have, listen to me man, deep veins which accompany the arteries, superficial veins which are just below the skin. So deep veins, so same as like you have the dorsal venous arch, you have dorsal tarsal arch. Okay? Dorsal venous arch same on the tarsal side also, the dorsum of the foot. So medial end, you have great saphenous vein. Lateral end, small saphenous vein. So medial marginal vein. So that is medial end of the dorsal venous arch continues as great saphenous vein along the medial side. Okay, it runs. It is the longest vein in the body. It is the longest vein in the body. Begins in front of your the medial malleolus, runs along the medial side and then goes to the posterior side of the calf and then leg and then runs along the medial side of the thigh, passes through the saphenous opening and then drains into femoral vein. And then drains into femoral vein. That is the great saphenous vein. Whereas small saphenous vein begins from the lateral end of the dorsal venous arch, runs behind the leg, and then drains into popliteal vein. Small, it drains into popliteal vein. Great drains into femoral vein by passing through the saphenous opening. Okay?
Okay.
I don't know what is okay with you. Everyone is saying okay, I don't know whether you're following or not.
If you want explanation, we have the...
Hope so. So as I explained, small saphenous vein runs along the posterior aspect of the leg and drains into popliteal vein. Superficial runs along the medial side of the leg, thigh, and saphenous opening, femoral vein.
Femoral.
So now this is the sites of very important sites of perforating veins. Okay, this is the slide explain you the position of the perforating vein. There are many perforating veins, maybe 100 to 200 perforating veins are there communicating your superficial and deep veins. There are some big perforating veins which connect superficial to deep veins, and their site where they are present, that is also important clinically to check whether there is a problem with the deep veins or not, and even that will help in surgery for the treatment of the varicose veins. So what are the positions of those? You find 3 ankle perforators, 3 ankle perforators, and some at your knee joint area, and 2 in the thigh, 1 in the adductor canal and 1 at the mid thigh. Clear? So these are the positions of the perforating veins. Perforating veins, as I explained. So 2, 4 and 6 inches above the medial malleolus, that is the ankle perforators they said. So they are named according to the Cocket's perforators because of the person who shown those veins. Okay? So 2, 4, 6 inches above the medial malleolus. 2 inches 1, 4 inches 1, 6 inches 1. 3 medial ankle perforators we say. Okay? Communicating the deep veins with the great saphenous vein. Okay, and now few at the Boyd's perforators at the knee area. You have perforators that is called as Boyd's perforators, and you have the dot perforators in the distal thigh, and you have Hunterian perforators, that is Hunter's canal as I explained, or the adductor canal perforator, just before the vein draining into the saphenous opening.
Okay.
Clear? So these are the positions of the perforators communicating the superficial with the mainly the great saphenous vein with the deep vein, the popliteal or the posterior tibial and then the femoral vein. Clear? So this is about the veins of the lower limb. This is the picture showing you what is varicose vein. You know, you might have seen some patients suffering from that. There is engorgement. So severe. So sometimes even a small injury will cause profuse bleeding. And the ulcers which are formed because of these varicose veins, they will not heal because there is continuous oozing of the blood. Okay, they will not heal. Non-healing ulcers may go for gangrene and all. So the last picture showing you the sites where you can feel the pulsations of the artery. So this is where what artery is pulsating? Feeling? Popliteal artery. Here. Here.
Posterior tibial.
Posterior tibial artery behind the medial malleolus. So over the navicular bone, dorsalis pedis artery behind the knee, popliteal artery. You already done this clinical skills, right? Yeah. So that's all about the blood vessels of the upper and lower limbs. Last, the heart. Morning only I explained. So it is just. I'll just show you the vessels. This is the pericardium. So what is this artery?
Coronary artery.
This is the anterior side. Which coronary artery, man? Right coronary artery. Right coronary artery. You can see here the conus branch supplying the infundibulum of the right ventricle. This is the marginal branch. The marginal artery which runs along the inferior border, right marginal artery. Okay, then it winds around the inferior border and then and then goes behind and giving off you the posterior interventricular or the posterior descending artery. Am I clear? Okay.
From the right.
Anterior,
Yes.
you have the inside also you can see the nodal arteries.
Yes.
This is going posterior. This is the right coronary artery. Yeah, this is the right coronary artery. Yeah? This is the conus branch. This is the marginal artery. Then it winds round the inferior border, giving the posterior interventricular. Clear? So this is the right coronary artery.
Yes.
Okay? And then you have the left coronary here. Small part, as I explained. This is the anterior interventricular or left anterior descending. Left anterior LAD. Left anterior descending. Yeah? Front of? Yeah, this is the aorta. From where to there the arteries are coming. So as I said, the left coronary is obscured from the view because of this pulmonary tract and this auricle. Okay? So after giving off this anterior descending or left anterior descending LAD, it is called as circumflex, where it's used marginal and diagonal branches. Marginal and diagonal branches, then winds round the left surface, there it ends actually by uniting with the branches of the right coronary. So this is. And this is the vein, what is cut is your coronary sinus. See this? This is the coronary sinus, which is cut to show you the better exposure of the vessels. Here? This is the area what we call it as crux. Crux of the heart. Yeah. This is the posterior interventricular group. This is the interventricular group.
Can we see it?
So this is the left coronary artery, which we cannot see it properly. Only branches you see, right? So this is the anterior interventricular or left anterior descending, LAD. Okay? Then you have the diagonal and marginal branches. Left marginal and left diagonal branches. This is the circumflex.
Left circumflex.
Left circumflex. Okay? Then it winds around this left surface and then goes to the posterior and anastomosis with the branches from the right. Okay? And what is the part which is cut? You can see it here. This is the coronary sinus. Can you see this opening? Coronary sinus.
It's the oven.
Yeah, this is the opening which is cut. Okay? Am I clear?
The crux, doctor.
This is the crux. This is the area. This is the right is ending. Okay? So here you can say as right dominance artery. Right dominant because it is supplying much of the even left ventricle also. See there?
I think there is an artery that surrounds the heart, but
Yeah. So I think he is saying why they are named as coronary. You know the coronary meaning the crown.
Yes.
As these vessels they surround the heart like the crown which is worn by a king. That's why they are named as coronary. Is it what you want? No. What do you do? Be bold. What is that? You ask.
there is an artery that there's one artery that surrounds the heart, and there is the artery that descends down.
I didn't get it. Which artery? All the arteries they surround.
Yes.
Right coronary artery also winds round, left also winds round. So that's why as they are surrounding and the branches they appear like the crown which is worn by a king. So you have a ring and then you have a big vessel. So it looks like that. As if the heart is wearing a crown by this crown of arteries. So that's why those arteries are called as coronary arteries. Okay. So actually they say the conus branch from right and conus branch from left, they meet just like the necklace around the neck of a woman. You might be talking about that. Okay. So that is about the coronary vessels. So it's already taught you in the morning. I just wanted to show you some of the branches.
Okay.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Okay.
Finished?
Yeah.